All right, good afternoon. My name is Wesahana Pearson. I'm recording for Black Asia Magazine, and I'm talking to two women here who are recent newcomers to Taiwan, which is where I live, and you have a very interesting story about where you came from, and especially you, where you grew up.
Yes.
So first, for the site, can both of you tell me your names?
Tirina Nicole Simons.
Shekinah Nicole Simons.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. And where did you grow up, and where did you grow up? Let's handle those both separately. Where did you both grow up?
Okay, well, I was born in Norfolk, Virginia, and lived there for about 4 years. And then I basically was raised and educated in Maryland.
Okay.
Prince George's County, Maryland, right outside of D.C.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And yourself?
I was born in Baltimore, Maryland.
Uh-huh.
And then I moved to Pennsylvania
Mm-hmm.
at around 5 years old.
Okay.
And then 2 years later, we flew to Thailand. So I grew up in Thailand.
So from the time you were 7 years old until, like, I know it's not polite to ask, but can I ask, like, your age now?
Sure, I'm 20.
So from 7 years old to 20 years old, you were completely raised in Thailand?
Yes.
All right. How's your Thai?
I speak Thai pretty fluently. There's some things I'm kind of missing, but yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing because Thai, I think Thai is, from what I know of Thai, is harder than Mandarin.
Really?
Oh,
From
really?
what I've seen, Mandarin has 4 tones, maybe 5, and Thai has, I think, 7.
7 tones?
I don't know. You
I
tell
don't
me.
know how many tones, actually, but I think there's like 5 basic ones that they usually use.
Okay, so it's close to 5 also.
Yeah.
I found Thai to be very difficult from the times I visited there. Okay, so what was it like? How are you?
Hello, how's it going?
What's up, man? My name is Wes.
Oh, my name's Michael.
Michael, nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
nice to meet you, sir.
All right, that's great. So, anybody want to leave that part in? It's just, I like to be as authentic as possible. So
Right, yeah.
All right, so which place do you feel more at home? Because this is like, now we have so many people who are expats, and they're bringing their families to Asia and having their families in Asia. So, looking forward to the future, the people in the future are going to look and feel and act just like you.
Right.
So, like, do you feel more American or more Thai?
That's really an interesting question. I think I find myself caught in between the 2 different cultures. Because,
Yeah?
in Thailand, I never really felt Thai. Because I'm
Okay.
just clearly not Thai.
Okay.
But when I went to America, it was very strange. Like a lot of the culture and everything I couldn't relate to.
Right.
So, yeah, that's an interesting question.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. So you grew up in Thailand, but the decision was taken by you to move abroad, and you told me some interesting things about that before. Can you share with us what was it that made you decide to move and live abroad in the first place?
Okay. My late husband was a real estate investor.
Okay.
In Baltimore, and we had a lot of properties there, and we were investing in Malaysia actually, and doing some type of project there. So out of the pregnancies and the different businesses we were doing, we were trying to get over to Malaysia to actually see about that project. So finally, after baby number 8.
You have 8 children.
I have 9.
You have 9?
Yes. My youngest son will be 7 tomorrow actually, and he was born in Thailand. So we had this going away party, and we said we're going to go and do a little traveling for 6 months, and we'll be back.
Okay.
We pretty much never came back. We went to Thailand. We first went to Malaysia, then we went to Thailand, and just really fell in love with it. Just the food, the weather, the people, you just felt a sense of freedom that we didn't feel, in the States. And so got over there, began teaching and getting into the culture. And I love the fact that as a homeschooling mom, I had an opportunity to give my kids a global experience.
Right. Okay.
So that was the biggest thing that
they wouldn't have gotten living only in the States, only in one particular area.
Exactly. So
nice, very nice. Okay. All right. Okay. Moving forward, so for both of you, can you just share individually what other places have you traveled to? You've been to different parts of America, to Thailand. Now we're in Taiwan. Any place else you've been to?
Yeah, we've been to Cambodia, Laos, Laos, and Malaysia. We didn't mention that.
Yeah, we lived in Malaysia for about a month and a half, and we actually lived in Cambodia for about a year.
Okay.
And then went back and forth there. So.
Cambodia.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of traveling, but there's certain places I couldn't imagine myself feeling comfortable. Like you were in Phnom Penh.
We were actually in Siem Reap.
Yeah.
How was it living in Cambodia?
After Thailand, it was. They are a bit less developed.
Yeah.
So that was a switch because like every day your lights would go out. You know, you had water trouble. So they weren't really ready to handle the infrastructure of expats. There's a lot living there.
Yeah.
But so that was kind of different. The people are different too.
Very different.
Yeah.
Explain, please. Tell me more.
So I guess the culture is more disrespectful.
In Cambodia.
Yeah.
Yeah, towards
that's the
foreigners.
biggest thing that came out to me. Like they're much less friendly to foreigners. They're not very accepting to foreigners.
And okay, so to elaborate on that a little bit, I've done some traveling, and especially if you're in the less developed economies, it's easier if you're a foreign person. You have a lot more money than everybody else, and you have a lot of people, especially like Thailand or Cambodia. They're not very nice to the culture there, so that might be a bit of. Do you think that's a bit of a reaction to the fact that you have maybe some old European men that go there and live there and just kind of take advantage of the culture?
Sure.
Is that
sure?
Yeah, I think it could be.
Yeah, I mean, in Cambodia's economy was much lower than Thailand.
Yeah.
So Thai people were like rich to them.
Yeah.
So we were like filthy rich to them, you know. So yeah, that definitely could be the reaction. You know, they might feel like in the past with a lot of the wars and everything that went on.
Yeah, the American War. Are they okay? Because I was in Vietnam, and it seems like now they're fine with Americans, and especially the younger generation has gotten past that. They don't really know much about it even.
Right.
But did you see that in Cambodia? Like they have a pretty sad story of all the Asian nations. They kind of got like the really bad end of it, the worst land. They pretty much are occupied financially by Vietnam, and you know they have a rough story. Yeah. You know, they really do Khmer Rouge and all the killings that went on, the killing field. I mean, that's like one of their tourist attractions, killing fields. I mean, that's pretty sad, you know. So they're like the step cousin. It's pretty sad. No, really. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. So what we do now is like a compare and contrast, but that's complicated with the two of you. So what I normally ask people is compare the place where you grew up, the country where you're from, to where you are living now. And how would I approach that question regarding the two of you? So if you had to compare, you're from Maryland.
Yes.
And then the place where you've lived the longest would be Thailand.
Yes.
Are there any major differences that come up just offhand, like this and that, the stark contrast? Like,
I think the friendliness of the people, definitely. I think because they're not in a rat race society, like they're not punching. They're like happy workers, you know. So I think that, and also the crime was like minimal,
non-existent.
And to be in a place where it's a big tourist attraction. People from all over the world really go there to live or vacation, and there's not a lot of problems. They have big events, like thousands of people in one street, and there's no fight, there's no gun, you know, so that was different.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was different.
Okay, and can you remember, like, when you growing up in the part of your life we live in the States, is it kind of like vague for you, like you don't really remember, or?
I do remember some like parts of living there, and I actually did go back for about a year when I was 15.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was very different to me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, from the food to like just the society to the way people talked. Everything was very different to me. Obviously, the weather was a big thing. It's very hard for me to, like, you know,
adjust to cold weather.
Adjust to freezing weather.
Like, we're in Taiwan right now. I'm wearing this outside, and you guys have on, like, heavy
heavy coats
and hats. I'm like, where are you going somewhere?
Body temperature is real. Once your body adjusts, you're just freezing. I mean, normal temperature in Thailand at the time was like 70. Yeah. You know, or so. And 50 is like...
That was the cold weather, 70.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, how long have you been in Taiwan now, and how do you like Taiwan?
We've been in Taiwan for a month, almost exactly a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. It's very different from where we lived in Thailand. We lived in Pattaya, which is like a tourist beach town.
Okay.
But this is more like a Bangkok city.
Yeah. The whole spirit of it is different. It's like people are up moving, and in Thailand you kind of get lulled to sleep, like you kind of chill. Your mind is on chill, even though you have to work. You're like, but this is everybody's moving, and you know, and people are. I don't know. We just have all of us have kind of got a spirit of like, okay, let's do this. Let's get something done. Let's, you know, be enterprising. So I love it too.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Moving forward a little bit. You have something very interesting right here. So I wanted to ask you for the next question, what kind of work are you doing now, or what kind of projects are you involved with? So go ahead, just take it away with this.
This is a prototype of my book, 21 Ways to Please Your Man. It is available on Amazon. I don't know if they can get it.
You can do it. That's fine, yeah.
And it basically is my life, my 25-year marriage to my late husband, who recently died in 2018. Complications. He's been sick for a while. Okay. But it basically is a handbook for women, whether you're married, single, or divorced, about how to maintain and sustain a good relationship with your man. And it talks about everything.
I know some people I can just give this to somebody, I can mail it to them.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. Nice.
Yeah. But you can actually read a chapter or two on Amazon for free, so you can check it out. It talks about everything from having a smile on your face, to good disposition, to supporting your man, to being his encourager, to being his prayer warrior, to being his everything. You know, be his fantasy girl. All of this stuff is important because, you know, we learn a lot in school about the planets and how far they are from the sun. I mean, how much are you going to be able to use that? But we don't learn about relationships. We don't learn about marriages. And you go into with a fairy tale image of a marriage, and marriages are breaking up, and people don't know what to do. So this is based on my experience being married 25 years and my study work, working on my doctorate in marriage and family counseling. And so, you know, it's all of that. But it's a straight talk like girl talk, you know. And there actually is a chapter here for men, too.
Yeah, but I want to hear the girl talk part. So I want to know what women are saying when we're not around. So I can be like, okay. And then if I don't have the book as a guy, it's like, listen, this is what you're doing wrong, and this is how to fix it.
Right. Yeah, it's that easy of a read. And all I've heard now is, where's the other side of it? So, you know, my boyfriend's working on the other. We're collaborating on the other side of it.
There's going to be a part 2.
21 Ways to Please Your Woman. So...
Okay, all right. So this is 21 Ways to Please Your Man by Tirina Nicole Simons. All right, excellent, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. You're studying right now, or studying kind of part-time teaching?
Yes. So I'm studying online with an American accredited university.
Okay.
I'm studying justice and law. I want to be a lawyer.
I want to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
Like international law, or like where do you see yourself practicing in the future?
I actually see myself practicing with my own businesses.
I
want to be like a legal counselor as well to other businesses, but I do want to be a corporate lawyer with my own, you know, businesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now I have to ask the question that sometimes I like to ask, and sometimes it's just like when I have an interview like this that's very upbeat, and it's just like there's smiles and there's all this positivity, and it's like, Okay, I have to ask this. Like, as living in Thailand, you grew up there. You lived there for a number of years.
Yes.
As black people living in Thailand, what was your experience like there? How did you feel? How were you received? Mm-hmm. What was it like from day to day?
So, that's a very good question as well. Mm-hmm. Let's see. When I first came there, obviously everything was really strange, and I noticed the racism right away.
And this was 13 years ago, which
right.
would have been like the reception, the way Asian societies receive foreigners and especially black people is totally different. They've kind of like learned how to be more sociable mm-hmm. and learned how to be more like, mm-hmm. how would you say? It might not be genuine, but there's like, okay, this is the way you act and this is how you don't act. And right. I think they've adapted to that in Asian societies. But mm-hmm. back then, no.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of hard. I don't know if it's from my perspective, because obviously over the years I kind of got used to like people just staring at you or touching your hair and stuff like that. But yeah, racism's obviously really high in Thailand. Yeah. They would always talk about your black skin or whatever, but it didn't really affect me like emotionally, mm-hmm. like it probably would affect a foreigner who just got there because I grew up there.
Yeah.
So.
And that's, I think, for guys. Like I hear a lot of people in Korea saying that also. They touch your hair. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And for guys, maybe it's because we usually don't have a lot of hair, or just because men. I've never had someone touch me, I don't think. But for women, I think that happens a lot. Mm-hmm. And what am I asking? Like, what's the best way to deal with that? What's the best way to handle that? If someone's like, and there's another, shout out to Shanette Cox. She just did a video for me. She's, I think, from Miami, and she's in China right now. Mm-hmm. And she mentioned the same thing in a video she just previously did about the touching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you handle that?
I think one thing I noticed when we first got there as Americans, as Black Americans, and coming from Western culture, we're very guarded, mm-hmm. and we don't touch.
Yeah.
And our personal space, you have to respect that. They mm-hmm. don't have personal space. Mm-hmm. Asians, it tends to be a lot of people in one space. So one thing I noticed was their personal space was different. This is cool. To be like this was cool, and it's like, you don't touch people, So you really had to adjust yourself and realize mm-hmm. you're in a different place, mm-hmm. and you have to. I think another thing, you have to be being able to accept other cultures. You're in their culture. Now, mm-hmm. if you're in the States and they're in your place, mm-hmm. it's different, but you have to adjust yourself to them because you're in their land. And so I think when we changed our mindset a bit, that it made it easier. Now, me being an educator, that's a totally different thing. Mm-hmm. Because although they may, our culture extends everywhere. Like, they like mm-hmm. hip-hop music, the younger people and stuff like that. But in education, that was a little harder being black, mm-hmm. because black is not good, even in their culture. Mm-hmm. Lighter Asians over darker Asians. The darker Asians worked in convenience stores and did the outside menial work, but the lighter Asians were allowed to work in banks. So they had their own black racism there before I showed up being darker than those people.
So internally, there's like, I say they're very color struck.
Definitely. Yeah.
They care. They place your value as a human being depends on how light or dark your skin is.
Definitely. And that was something.
How are you? Nice to see you again. All right. So now the way, and I've noticed that does tend to transfer over to black people who come out to Asia. Mm-hmm. It's like, is it the same thing? Is it like, are they putting us inside of their caste system, or do they have a separate way of thinking regarding foreign people and skin color? Is it, because I've noticed that if you're Thai, if you're Filipino, if you're Malaysian, mm-hmm. the lighter skinned ones have a better time of it. They can move through society a lot more freely.
Yeah.
Do they include black Americans in that, or black people in general inside of that, or is it like we know that there's, what am I asking?
Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah, you get where I'm going
do
with
they
this?
Consider us like Westerners?
Yeah,
or do they like put us right into their
It's like we know, like your system, you have an outside system. There might be some skin color things regarding you, but we have our own skin color prejudice here in Asia. It's got really not much to do with you. And then when we see you, we kind of rank you as a foreigner based on how we rank foreigners. Or is it like they kind of lump you in, like if you're here, you're Asian, and depending on our system, we rank you based on that?
Well, from my experience, when they see a black person, they see African.
Yeah.
They don't see Western.
Yeah, and I've noticed,
right.
That's a lot of Asian societies, like the more progressive ones, it used to be like that. And now I kind of make a distinction, like, okay, these are Americans, these are Africans. And maybe even Caribbean people also, they might make distinctions. But in the smaller places, like maybe Thailand or Vietnam, it's like everybody's black and that's it. Or African.
Yeah, well, I mean, many people didn't believe that we were American because we were black.
Right.
But, I mean, you look at media, you look at television, you're going to see white people or whiter skinned people. So we say, they told me I was from Africa. I'm like, no, I'm actually from America. They're like, you're blacks in America.
I saw the same thing in China or the same thing in Vietnam. But at the same time, these people love the NBA.
Absolutely,
Or hip-hop.
Our culture
They love hip-hop. Yeah, they love it.
So how is it possible? Like, you know, like, all the rappers you love are from New York. You know Jordan plays for the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, he's a New York guy.
I
wish they were that deep. I mean, I guess in more places like this, they would know more about our culture and everything. But like in Thailand, they knew black stars. They know. Yeah. I mean, Obama was like the break free moment. Like when Asia got to see a black man who's a Westerner who's in a position of power. Yeah. That's when they're like, okay, so you're Obama. Like,
they call it Obama, honestly.
That's when we finally got
recognition. Like, okay, you guys are American too. Okay. Now then it clicks. The penny dropped.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Okay, interesting. All right, moving forward, so teachers, what other kinds of jobs or businesses have you seen black people involved in Thailand or other places you traveled to?
Well, in the town that we were in, a very tourist town at Walking Street, which is a tourist walk-through. Right. Most of the black skin, they weren't black Americans, but mainly doing DJing and MCing. And doing club running and stuff like that. And in Thailand, they have actually a list of things that only Thai people can do and jobs that only foreigners can do, or that foreigners can do. Teaching, you can DJ, you can do musical things, but you can't do certain jobs. Those are reserved
for Thai
people. So you're only going to be able to get involved in certain arenas anyway. In Thailand, that is. So,
Okay. All right. So music, entertainment industry, not really like. So if you want to own a business there, or own like a small shop, you have to partner with a Thai person.
You do, yeah. Okay. Contractually, it's like they have to have 51%. Okay. And you get 49, something like that.
All right. So you've been in Taiwan a very short time. Is there anything that you've seen here that you really love, really enjoy about Taiwan since you've been here? What have you seen that you really liked a lot? Like, wow, that's interesting.
One thing that I really like is that everybody's really like progressively working and they're really serious about getting their business done.
Industrious.
Yeah, like industrious, innovative. They're very like business oriented here. Like everybody's trying to get ahead and go to the next level. You know, like in Pattaya, it's a tourist town, so it's drinking, it's partying. That's the whole spirit, the whole flow is, you know. But here it seems there's a lot more opportunities, and everybody's trying to do something.
Okay.
I would agree with that. And I like the people. The people are really friendly. You know, and like Shekinah said, everybody's about their business. So we've kind of gotten a kick, like, go do it. So I've just renewed my, desire to like really get stuff done. So it's good.
All right. Also, in Thailand, tell me one thing in Thailand that sticks out in your mind and your memories as like that was the greatest, number one, most awesome thing that I loved about living there, or maybe that you miss that you're not there now.
Food. The food
Thai
for me
food,
and the weather. Thai food was the weather. And even even though we want to do a lot of stuff, just the spirit of just a relaxation. Yeah. That was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, very free.
Okay. So we're about to wrap. Can you tell me, just moving forward, looking ahead, the immediate future, the next few years, what's on the horizon? Any projects you have coming up? Anything that you want to mention other than the book? And you also mentioned the 21 Ways to Please Your Woman.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's coming up. Anything else you want to share or?
Well, we're a musical family.
Oh yeah.
We've written over, I would say maybe 1,000 songs now. A lot of songs, because we're songwriters, and I play the keyboard and we play the guitar and stuff. So we're working on an album now. So hopefully we can get that done and put it out there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Excellent.
That's a whole other interview.
Yeah, that's what I told you. That would. Yeah, I need to get footage about that too. That would be great.
Yeah, we have an interesting.
Okay, doing a lot of stuff and then traveling abroad. It definitely, if you had just stayed in Maryland, Delaware, Maryland, you wouldn't have had the same life.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No way.
That's awesome. Okay, all right. 21 Ways to Please Your Man by Tirina Nicole Simons, and this is also Shekinah Simons, Black Asian Magazine. That's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank you.